Hey everyone, and welcome back. ازيكم يا شباب عاملين ايه? Today, we've got a super interesting and really important lesson. We're going to dive into ratios and proportions, or as we say in Arabic, النسبة والتناسب. You ready? Let's jump right in. Okay, so let's start with something delicious. Just look at this, a recipe for raspberry ice cream. شكلها يهنن. Now pay close attention to the important detail here. This recipe, exactly as it's written, makes enough for 8 people. بتكفي 8 أشخاص. So here's the big question. طب لو عايزين نعملها ل4 بس, are we going to use the exact same amounts of everything? Of course not. That would be way too much ice cream. And that, my friends, is where ratios come in to save the day. So, to solve our little ice cream problem, we need to understand the basics. First things first, what exactly is a ratio? Or, in Arabic, ما هي النسبة? It sounds kind of formal, but trust me, it's a really simple idea. A ratio is just a way to compare stuff. That's it. It's a comparison between two different values or quantities. يعني ببساطة هي مقارنة بين قيمتين أو كميتين. Okay, let's make this super practical. بصوا على الأشكال دي. How many circles do you see? And how many squares? Come on, let's count them together. Yep, we've got 2 circles and 4 squares. Perfect. So if we want to write down the ratio of circles to squares, how would we do that? Now listen, the order here is incredibly important. We said circles first and then squares. You gotta keep them in that order. We write it just like this. 2, those 2 little dots in the middle called a colon, and then 4. This tells us that for every 2 circles, there are 4 squares. Simple, right? The order, 2 to 4, matches exactly what we said, circles to squares. But wait, we can take this one step further. We can actually make these ratios way simpler to understand. This is called simplifying ratios, or as we say, تبسيط النسبة. And the process is really straightforward. Our ratio is 2 to 4. To simplify it, we just ask ourselves, what's the biggest number that both 2 and 4 can be divided by? بالظبط. It's 2. So all we do is divide both sides of the ratio by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So our simplified ratio, our أبسط صورة, is 1 to 2. Awesome. Now for another really important skill, finding missing numbers in what we call equivalent ratios. It's kind of like being a detective and finding the missing piece of the puzzle. Let's see how it works. Okay, check this one out. We have the ratio 2 to 3, and we're told it's equal to 12 to something. We need to find that something. The key is to look at the numbers you know and ask, how did the 2 become a 12? إزاي الاثنين بقت 12? Well, we multiplied by 6. And here is the golden rule of ratios, you guys. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do the exact same thing to the other side to keep it balanced. So we take the 3 and multiply it by that same number, 6. And 3 times 6 is 18. So our missing number is 18. Easy peasy. So you might be wondering, why does all of this matter? Let's bring it full circle and go back to where we started. You're about to see how ratios are literally all around us in our everyday lives. Remember our delicious ice cream? The recipe was for 8 people, but we only wanted to make it for 4. Now that we have these new math skills, we can figure this out perfectly. Let's look at the ratio of people. We're going from 8 people down to 4. So the ratio is 8 to 4. Can we simplify that? Of course. We can divide both numbers by 4, which gives us a much simpler ratio of 2 to 1. This basically tells us we need half the amount of everything. So we divide every single ingredient by 2. 400 milliliters of cream becomes 200, 500 milliliters of milk becomes 250. And just like that, math helped us make the perfect amount of ice cream, no waste. Okay, team, let's level up. One of the most common places you'll use ratios is in word problems, or what we call المسائل الكلامية. I know they can look tricky, but let's tackle one together. Okay, let's read it carefully. النسبة بين البنات والولاد هي تساوي الاثنين. So for every 3 girls, there are 2 boys. Then it tells us there are exactly 42 girls. So the big question is, how many boys are there? We're going to use the exact same logic we just learned. First, let's set up the ratio. Girls to boys is 3 to 2. Now let's put the number we actually know, 42, underneath the girls' side. The next step, just like before, is to find the link. How did 3 become 42? Well, if you're not sure, you can just divide 42 by 3, and that gives you 14. So we multiplied by 14. Now we use our golden rule. Do the same thing to the other side. Multiply the 2 by 14. And that gives us our answer, 28. So, what does that mean? It means there are 28 boys in the competition. We solved it. Fantastic work, everyone. All right, I've been doing a lot of the talking. Now it's your turn to be the math superstar. I absolutely know you can do this. Are you ready for a challenge? Okay, here's the challenge problem. Magda is having a party for 12 people, and we know that she buys 1 pizza for every 3 people. So think about that. The ratio of pizza to people is 1 to 3. So here's the final question for you. How many pizzas does Magda need to buy for her 12 guests? Go ahead and pause here and try to solve it using the exact same method we just learned for the dance competition. You've totally got this. And that's a wrap for today. I want to leave you with this final thought. Math isn't just about solving problems in a textbook. It really is a powerful tool that helps you understand recipes, plan parties, and see all the cool patterns in the world around you. Keep practicing, and I will see you next time.